Hello, so this lesson is 4.02 slope-intercept form from a table. Let's just go ahead and look at that warm up real quick. This is a review of writing the equation from the graph. So you want to look where you have the slope-intercept form that's down here, y equals mx plus b. The b is your y-intercept, so let's start there. So you can see it crosses right here, and that is at +1, which they're all +1. So we've got that part. Now, the other thing, this goes up from left to right. So it's going to be positive, so we can eliminate C and D. So now let's figure out what is this. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on it so we can make sure we can see it well. So if we go, looks like it crosses right here again. So it would go up 1, 2, and then over 3. So the rise is 2, the run is 3. Up 2 over 3. It is a positive slope. So then your equation would be the y equals your slope, 2/3 x, and then plus the y-intercept. So the answer is B on that one. All right, so what is this lesson cover? The essential question, how do I determine the slope and y-intercept from different forms of data? Today I'm using data from a table to determine the rate, slope, and y-intercept and represent linear, non-proportional situations with tables, graphs, and equations. So that I can write an equation in a slope-intercept form from a table, I'll know I got it if I can analyze the data from the table to write the equation of the line. All right, so this is our active vocabulary. We already went over the slope-intercept form, y-intercept, slope. We know what this is, and we should know what this is. Again, this is in class kick, nothing you need to write down. It's just important vocabulary words. Real quick review, proportional versus non-proportional. So the proportional, we know, goes through the origin. The equation will always be in the form of y equals kx, which the k is the rate of change or the constant of proportionality, same thing, and or slope. So it goes to the origin. If we looked at the y-intercept form, it doesn't have the plus b because it would just be +0, which is nothing. So you just write it as this, like this. So that's what the proportional equations look like. Non-proportional that do not go through the origin, they pass on the, somewhere else on the y line. So then that where it passes is going to be your plus or minus. This would be plus because it's a positive number. And then you have your slope and then passes at 4, so +4. Can't be 0 here. All right, so looking at tables, proportional or non-proportional, can you determine which table of x values represents a linear non-proportional relationship? Look at the 0, look at x for 0. If y is also equal to 0, it is a proportional relationship. So look at table A. This is the y-intercept, okay, crosses at 4, so that doesn't go through the origin. This one goes through the origin. So this one is proportional and the other one is not. And this one's not. Using a table to determine the slope. Now we've already talked about this. We did the change, remember we did the rate of change. So if we look at our y values, to get from 5 to 1, that's going down 4. This one goes down 2. This one, to get from 1 to -5, goes down 6. And this one goes down, to get from 1 to -3, it goes down 3. And then here, -5 to -7 is -2, and this would be down 1. So if you look at all of those, and you can also do it that way. You can put in the formula, and we'll look at that in a minute, but you can also do it this way, where you just put the y over the x. They're all the same, -4 over -2. That equals +2, and then -6 over -3. simplified is positive 2 as well, and so is the last one. So using the formula, if we just use the first 2 points, we'll just say this is y2, y1, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to do 5 minus 1. And then if that's y2, then this has to be x2, x1, and then 3 minus 1. So all it is, it's just the change in y over the change in x. That's what slope is. So that's 4 over 2, which simplifies to 2. All right, so let's look at this table to determine the equation. What is the y-intercept? Right here, look. 0, 2. Which the x value is always 0 for the y-intercept, so it's 2. What is the slope? So we can look at that. You can either use a slope formula or you can say rate of change here. This goes up 8, up 1, up 8, up 1. They're all, looks like they're constant. So the slope would be, remember, change in y over change in x. 8 over 1 is 8. So what is the equation? So remember, you're going to put it all together. Y equals mx plus b. So m is our slope, b is our y-intercept. So there's the equation. Question here, is the change in the table increasing or decreasing? So if it's a positive slope, it's increasing. So that one would be increasing here. Which equation matches the function described in the table? Okay, so we're going to start with this right here. So that is my b. So we have y equals mx plus b. We know that that part has to be plus 1. So you can look at this. That's not it. That's not it. There's only one that has the plus 1. So that was super easy, but let's go ahead and confirm the slope. So this goes up 1, and to get from 1 to negative 3, just imagine a number line that goes down 4. Same constant here. All right, you can see it should be the same. So our slope is negative 4 over 1, which remembers just the y over x. So that simplifies to negative 4. That's what this is right there. So it would be negative 4x and then y equals. So the last is the change in the table increasing or decreasing. So the slope is negative, so this one is decreasing. Identify the change in the table, increasing or decreasing. Let's see. So we'll just do a couple of these, and then you can pause, or one of these, and then you can pause and do the other one. So I'll do this one in the middle. So this one, 0, 0, 0. So that, because you have y over x, and that's going to be 0 over, this is 1, that's just 0, so there's no change. Okay, so let's do the other one real quick. So this one, to get from 58 to 47, that's down 11. This one, to get to 14 to 24, that's up 10. This one, down 11, up 10. Looks like they're all constant here. So change in y over change in x, negative 11 over 10. Pause the video and try that first one on your own. All right, so this will be in class Kik, and you can send me a screenshot and earn extra points. So I'm not going to go through this one, but we'll go ahead and do this last one. It says the table shows the number of gallons of gasoline in a car's gas tank after the car has been driven X miles. Here's the information. Miles driven is X. There's my 0. Okay, so that should tell you that's where it's gonna, that's your y-intercept right there. So let's continue. When this data are graphed on a coordinate plane, the points lie on the same line. What are the slope and y-intercept of the line? Okay, so we start here That's your y-intercept. So let's look at our answer choices. That says 375. Nope. This says 15. That's good. This one says 375 and D. So we've narrowed it down to B and D. So now we just need to figure out the slope. So we're going to do our change in y over change in x. So it's obviously going to, well, so let's just look. So this, when you go from 15, you can use your calculator, just put in 15, and it goes down. So it's going to be a negative 0.4 because it's getting smaller there. This is plus 10. And it looks like the numbers they've given us, let's see, the next one, but so this one goes up by 15, but it's still going to be the same value because this one goes down by 0.6. So you would still do your y over x, and we're going to have negative 0.4 over 10. So obviously it's going to be negative. Go ahead and you can put that into the calculator and do negative 0.4. Oops, hold on, I'm trying to make sure we have the correct answer. So negative 0.4 divided by 10. Okay, so actually, let me go ahead. I'm going to put the calculator up here because we need to show you, make sure you know how to change that because you're still going to get a decimal answer when you do that. All right, so we're going to do negative 0.4 divided by 10. Okay, so that's the decimal, but we need to see fraction. So just do this. All I did is click on that little bars there. That's a fraction bar. So it's negative 1 over 25. So that is B is the correct answer for this one. So in the lesson, make sure you go through the OMS lesson and then you have a quiz after that. So reach out to me if you have any questions.